we'll see a squad from the Sun Belt, the Marshall Thundering Herd, taking on a team looking to get into the win column, the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Marshall will kick off to get the festivities started. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors offense will go on the attack first. And David, we've got a quarterback today who's been known for making enough plays when his team needs them.
Yeah, and listen, he's a guy that this offense is built around him. But, Jesse, he's not the guy that's going to take over. He needs the running game to get going. He needs the passing game. He needs a little bit of balance. Really good football player, but he needs the help of the quality teammates around him.
Yeah, you're right. I think the one thing we've seen with this guy is he's got to get into a rhythm in games early, right? And so whether it's running the football or getting a few completions early to get his confidence going, because once that happens, he's very, very good.
And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
Defensively, you'll take the slow death. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards a pop, but you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making him run the guys, and get him on the ground. For goodness sakes, this guy is fast, I know, but defensively, we got to swarm to the football and get him on the ground.
And the Rainbow Warriors come to the line with a new set of downs. Davis looking to pass. Starting to feel a little pressure. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
What a nice answer by this defense. You give up the big play, you respond right back, you get the sack, create some momentum for your side. Nice job by this defense staying with it.
And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Got his man on the right. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. This offense wants to establish an aggressive identity. They'll go for it on 4th down. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Rainbow Warriors pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. They've got a really good drive going, but a little speed bump here in 2nd and 13. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Trying to pick up a first down. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Breaks into the open. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. And the Rainbow Warriors will go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Finds him out of the backfield. He's got enough. It'll be a first down. They've got it at the 12. New set of downs after the completion. The give to the tailback. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Davis will throw. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
Complete some of these hitch throws early, you're setting up the hitch and go. Later on, you can pump fake that, and then the receiver can pirouette right up the sideline. That might be a home run play for the offense.
Motion from the back. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here.
What do you do now if you're the offense, right? After that incomplete 4th down, but you've driven the entire field. At this point, do you just say, we got to go for a touchdown, or do you just pay the drive off by kicking a field goal?
Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
This is a team that really prides themselves on starting fast. We've seen that before, and here they are playing at home today. Nice job on the opening drive. Lots of poise, good emotion. They don't get the touchdown they would have liked, but they kick a nice field goal. They've got the lead. Head coach has to be happy with that.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Thundering Herd offense takes the field. It's our first look at them in this one. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, like all power. All those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead. And it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time again, these dudes make plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players, and they all have to play well today.
Got the quick completion. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking. They'll snap it on first down from the 35. From the gun, the running back has it. Let's talk for a second about Marshall. Biggest problem for schools that aren't the traditional powerhouses, getting the bodies they need, especially on the defensive front. And, David, they got a good one out of high school last week.
It's so nice to get a three-star defensive lineman. A guy like that's got some size, that's got some potential. Again, you want to rotate those guys.
Turning it on. Smashes through the tackle. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line.
I mean, these quarterbacks nowadays can run so fast. Think about who you've got chasing him.
Quarterback can pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41.
And this is what the offense knows they cannot do. They can't allow sacks. In their last game, they were sacked 5 times. Obviously lost that football game. And early in this one, they're having issues again, keeping their quarterback standing up straight.
Throws to the wideout. Caught over the middle. It's Martin. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes. He's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
Marshall back at it with another 1st and 10. Rides the back on the option, the give. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. Lost yardage on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to pass. It's Barrett. Bringing the heat. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
Well, on the opening drive of the game, establishing a rhythm and a cadence offensively is really, really important. They've done some good things on this first drive to put them in this situation. Obviously, you just...
Throws toward the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Herd.
Well, one of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get him. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 7-3. They put together an 81-yard drive, and the finisher, an 18-yard touchdown throw. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Hawaii ready to go back to work on offense. A little bit of feeling each other out there, down 7-3 as they open this drive. He had no chance. A host of defenders back there for a loss of 4. Lost 5 on that first play, and now it's 2nd and 15.
I don't care who you are, but if you're going to have success offensively, you've got to have some semblance of a running game. They didn't have it their last time out. They obviously really struggled in that game. And in this one, just not getting enough push up front, and it's putting them in some really difficult situations.
Makes his way to the 17, but not enough for the first down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
He gets the first one off, and he was busier than he hoped in that loss last week, being called on 5 times. He'll be brought down, but there is a flag on the field. Let's see what that one's about.
Kicking team.
That's one that's just inexcusable. Fair catch signal, you got to pull up. 15-yard penalty. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Pulled down at the 29 after getting 5. Halfway there on first down and 2nd and 5. Leaves it with the back. Plows through the defense. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. Now inside the 20, 1st and 10 from the 18. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And I tell you what, I love this call early in the game. You know why? You get your quarterback hit early. He gets hit. Wait a minute. Nerves settle. Everything's good. You show him, the defense, that he's a threat to run the football. I love that call early in a football game.
Quarterback keeper. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Thundering Herd.
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
PAT unit on the field. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in this one in the MAC that just finished up. UMass overcame a sloppy start and just put the finishing touches on a notable road win. And to pick yourself up and dust yourself off away from Amherst, these Minutemen got to be thrilled. A busy day in the MAC, and an outcome that figures to shuffle the deck there as we send it back to you.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. The Rainbow Warriors in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Brought down at the 31 after a pickup of 10 yards on that one.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a first down.
And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. Give to the back. Stonewalled again. No gain on the play. They keep trying to stick with the running game, but there's not much getting done. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Davis looking to pass. Finds his big tight end. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. And the Rainbow Warriors are on the move. From the gun, running back on the move.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Got a man. It's Orji. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. The Rainbow Warriors really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. Looking to throw for it. Using the quick game. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the 2nd quarter. Guys, it is Marshall carrying the lead into the quarter break. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. They largely dominated the first quarter and built a nice lead to get started. So first down here as they go back to work. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. It's a fumble. It's as if that ball had a magnet going back to the offense. How in the world did they keep it? And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. He's all the way down to the 3, showed it all on that run.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy on the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
First and goal, and this feels like their chance to give him a finish. They'll try to get it in with the run. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Can the D deny them on second and goal? Let's go. Davis will throw. Puts it out on the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. Now third and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. They'll have to settle for a field goal attempt.
Number 11 on the field goal.
Absolute shank. Missed it. After the missed field goal, still down by 11.
And there just has not been a lot to write home about this year for this football team. Offensively, defensively, or even on special teams. Just not a lot of bright spots this season.
Marshall takes over the ball. The Thundering Herd offense coming out. They've been firing on all cylinders. Touchdowns on each of the first 2 drives, and they'll try to make it 3 for 3. Nice job of avoiding the sack and picking up a few on the run. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Back to pass. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Marshall comes to the line facing third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. And gang tackling on this dude is a good idea. They needed it, but he still got the first down. Marshall back at it with another 1st and 10. Motion from the wideout. Off the play fake on first down. Takes the easy throw in the flat. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Looking for a man. It's Barrett. It's complete to the left. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Wants to throw again. Here's a heat. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
Man, this has been a struggle for this offense, protecting their quarterback. It's priorities, mission number 1, right? Every single game you go into. Last week, I think a lot of the reason they lost was because they gave up so many sacks and hits on their quarterback.
To the air on second down. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
Don't love the incompletion, but I do love the pass pro. Nice job winning the one-on-ones. We saw some double teams up front as well. This O-line right now, they're in a good rhythm.
Swings it out to his running back. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Marshall will be forced to punt. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. First one is away, and boy, did he put in work in that loss last week, kicking it 5 times. Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. Hawaii has it back as they send the offense onto the field. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. Like, the passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field, find those guys down the field.
And you know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys around and see if you can create some better one-on-one matchups.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Sets up the screen.
Love the execution there on the screen. The running back shows pass protect, pass protect. Last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
And he just needed a few inches, and the defense was surly and nasty and said, no, sirree. They're in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, and this is why you have a prominent jawline and an urgent resolve. They'll go for it. Big man has it. It's a 1st down and more. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover. He'll pull it on the read. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. After the good pickup on 1st down, let's see if they keep it on the ground. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
I like a nice quick decision by your quarterback. See what the defense is doing. And again, know where that yellow line is. Go get to it and get the 1st down.
Out of the gun to give to the back. Oh, he's got some space. Gets him down at the 26. Big play there. Give him 15 yards on the gain, and they move the sticks. Now they're going to throw it. Fires to the wideout. He's got it. They will score. Touchdown, Marshall. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're on top by 18. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish the deal with a 26-yard touchdown pass. On the move from inside his 5. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. The Hawaii offense returns to the field. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, and so this defense now is juiced. They're excited and ready to go. So this offense, David, they've got to get something going.
Yeah, those turnovers can be...
Wide open on the right. They finally make the stop, and it's been this way this guy's whole career as a senior makes a play after the grab. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Davis looking to pass. Quickly complete. They make the stop, but the sweet Bruin catch is plenty to give them a 1st down.
Well, that's great timing by the quarterback and receiver on that out route. If you're going to be running that against man coverage like they were there, that ball has to be thrown early, and it's got to be thrown out in front of the receiver, and they execute it perfectly.
With a 1st down, they'll snap it from the 32. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Makes the catch. It's Orji. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. And the Rainbow Warriors racing to the line in the hurry-up. Gonna look downfield again. Got his man quickly. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. Last completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. It's complete to the right. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
This offense needs a little something to feel good about going to halftime. A chance to chip away. Trying to get it in. Touchdown, Rainbow Warriors! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score.
Hawaii, 10.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Grabbed over the middle. It's White. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
And there you see the bind that the RPO play can put a defender in. That linebacker had to make a decision. Was the running back going to get the ball? He thought so, so he bit up, and that allowed the slant to be thrown in behind him.
Finds his big tight end. Quick step and go. He's down to the 38-yard line, and they can't stop the clock.
Well, you know who's got to love this offense picking up so many first downs? It's their own defense. David, I know you loved playing on teams with great offenses.
On 1st and 10 from the 38. Looking to throw, it's Barrett. Finds his back in the middle. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game. Now on 2nd down.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield.
He makes a grab, and he will score. Touchdown, Hurd!
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half, running the ball, throwing the ball. They add insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights.
28, Hawaii, 10.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
Unloads to the wideout. It's picked off, and another empty drive. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half.
Not all DBs make the play at the end, right? They can bat the ball down, they can be in position, but they don't really secure the football. Great job by the DB securing the football and forcing the turnover.
Back to pass, it's Barrett. He unleashes a long one. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left. And in the final seconds of the first half, they'll send out the field goal unit. That is no good. Well, the field goal didn't quite make it through, but still an 18-point game. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Men, nice to see you actually showed up for today's broadcast in paradise, given all there is to do there in Honolulu. And it's clear, the aerial attacks of both teams have been relentless. They've been burning each of these secondaries like toast. Just an assault on the defensive game plans, if there even were defensive game plans. Gotta think, fellas, based on the first 2 quarters, we're going to see every route in the route tree again in this second half.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Martin. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. They opened this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
What great protection, and he lets it go down the middle. They make the stop, but this junior loves to show off his arm strength, and he did it there. That big play is just what they needed. Now they have it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. Out of the backfield, he's open. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Picked up some yardage with that completion, now 2nd down. Back to throw, it's Barrett. He's got it down the middle. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13. This Marshall offense putting together a nice drive. Snagged in the middle, it's White. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike.
And that RPO play was run to perfection. The run fake forced and sucked the defense up, and a nice job on the route by the receiver, not telegraphing that he was breaking to the inside on the slant.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Thundering Herd. And the stomping has commenced.
Really nice job by the quarterback there of just letting the play develop. He had his eyes down the middle of the field, and I think when he saw that deep middle area vacated, he said to himself, I've got a guy running right into that area. I'm throwing this thing on time, and this is going to be a touchdown. That's exactly what happened.
Hawaii 10.
The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. Hawaii ready to go back to work on offense. He'll start this drive going to the air. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. And the sudden change magnified for this defense as it's 1st and goal. He'll keep it himself. Touchdown, Marshall! And they take it in for 6 more points.
The defense has got to do a better job of taking the most dangerous man. That's the guy with the football in his hands. Force him to do something with it. You can't just let him keep the ball and go score.
They'll try to add another to their lead.
For the extra point.
And the extra point is good. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Hawaii has it back as they send the offense onto the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Delay of game. Offense.
So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. Two running backs alongside the quarterback. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Got his man downfield. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
Got his man. Huge play there into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 46.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right.
And that is interception number 3 on the day. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Well, coming out of the tunnel in the third quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the third quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
Off the bootleg and rolling out. He's got an open man. Made a defender miss. Touchdown, Hurd! A great catch and run for 6. This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
Yeah, it just gets in the zone, right? When you can't miss, you've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
On to attempt the try.
The kicker is on for the extra point.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a 2-play drive. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Hawaii offense returns to the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down. The Rainbow Warriors in the hurry-up. Davis will throw. Zings it complete to the right. Across midfield and out of bounds at the 49. A big pickup there. It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Out of the gun, the inside handoff looking for a crease. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. They'll keep it on the ground. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. And the Rainbow Warriors kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Hand off from the shotgun. They're just trying to flex the muscle. They get him down at the 34 after a pickup of 4.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
Got the back over the middle. And good coverage by the defense, just a short game.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
There he goes. Huge game before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Well, this guy's having a day. It doesn't matter where he's lined up or what routes he's running. He just seems to always be getting open, and his quarterback...
And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Hawaii. Follow the blocker. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Lisa, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Marshall takes over the ball, the Thundering Herd offense coming out. They'll go back to work with a sizable margin still up there on the scoreboard. Pulls it in, it's Martin. Makes the tackle at the 30 after he picked up 10. They went up top to pick up the last 1st down. Let's see what they have here. To the air, it's Barrett. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. They'll stop him just short of the 1st down marker on the screen.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
And he's brought down after a nice game. Marshall back at it with another 1st and 10. Catch in the middle, it's Martin. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Takes this handoff and headed to the right. Breaks into the open.
And running really has been the key on this drive, guys. Lots of success right there. They generate another explosive play. Their success running the ball, big reason why they've been able to put up a lot of points and have a really nice lead in this one. And now back in the red zone again, they're looking to add to that lead.
The Thundering Herd picked up a fresh set of downs by keeping it on the ground.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical and they're trying to stay on the field.
Off play action. Rushes on him. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Thundering Herd. Quick strike through the air for the score.
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open, and he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And he tacked on the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Flips it out to the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. He leaves it with his back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and long. Davis looking to pass. Fires to the big fella. He stopped at the 23 and still a ways to go to pick up the 1st down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You've set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and something.
And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quickly out to the tight end. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Hauls it in. It's a fumble. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
Great job by the defense in the back end that time. He made the catch, and he had a little wiggle room to run afterwards, but they were able to get to him, rip the football out, and that is a massive takeaway for the defense.
The RPO, it's complete. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the third period. We've reached the break, and Marshall is on top. And this beatdown is close to completion as we reach the end of 3. Let's take a look at how we got here. As we enter the fourth quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away.
Turning it on! He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Holding. Offense.
That penalty cost them a third down conversion, and now they'll have to try it from a little farther away. A third down try for the offense. Pressure coming. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
Third and long situation, we're bringing an extra DB on the field, and we're telling our front guys to pin your ears back and go get the QB, and they get the job done.
Marshall will be forced to punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And that is textbook instructional video. Out of bounds right around the goal line. Hawaii ready to go back to work on offense. Power football with the run. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Not much movement there. It's a gain of 1. Gets him out to the 5. Now facing a 3rd and long. They'll go to the ground. He won't get there. It'll bring up 4th down.
At the 6-yard line. Now, a 4th down.
No hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. On 4th down, looking for the completion. Makes the grab. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
The Rainbow Warriors look to keep this drive humming. It's a draw. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. And the Rainbow Warriors are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. On target. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Drip, drip, drip. The water droplets keep hitting. Oh, he's got some space. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving.
just too little too late, David, at this point. That's a play that they could have used a lot earlier in this game, but because of miscues, they're down by a lot late, and I don't think they're going to have enough time to claw back into this one.
Yeah, and I'm fine with you running that play if you want to do that. My goal now is with this lead, if you want to run it, so be it, but just don't give up the big plays. Let that clock continue to roll. Make him earn it all the way down the field and take a lot of time off that clock.
And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders.
That's a backbreaker if you're the offensive coordinator, because on the first down, you ran the ball, had a really nice gain. Short yardage situation, you just get completely blown up, and now you're having to probably dial up a throw on third down. You need more consistency from the guys up front.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. Big tight end makes the grab, first down, still on his feet. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Davis will throw. Tight end finds a soft spot. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. The Rainbow Warriors want to pick up the tempo. He's got it. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. Long drive continues as the offense keeps working the ball down the field. He's got it on the run. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage.
And that seemed a little off from the start, didn't it?
That was a big-time play, and it was off from the start because of the play he made.
And I don't think it would have mattered who was playing.
And it's picked off for the 4th time today. He's brought down a short return, but the defense comes out on top with a pick. This offense is so deep in the hole, it looks like the end zone's at the end of the earth. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. They're showing that toughness using the ground game to create breathing room. They've got it out to the 15. The officials stop the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. The Thundering Herd to the line, facing a 2nd and short. Gives it on the option. Across the 25, he's got room. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down. The Thundering Herd coming off that huge run might bring a little more thunder this time. Fires to the big fella. And he was able to run through a tackle, and they finally get him, but not until he picks up the first down. Marshall back at it with another 1st and 10. On the option. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Well, they say you win a few, you lose a few, and some get rained out. It would have been good for this team if this one had gotten rained out because they lost badly.
Yeah, not a lot to be too proud about in this one here. Good news is you get to go back to the drawing board. You get to go back, you get to have another week of practice as a coaching staff, try and find ways to get players in position to go out and make plays. Gonna need a big locker room speech after this one, David.
Yeah, and you're going to watch this tape, and it's going to hurt because you're going to watch it with the coaches, and you're going to see the mess-ups and all the things you could have done better, but you got to learn from it. You got to get better. You got to grow, and that's how that works.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.